I've mentioned many times since starting the Charity Play of the Week program back in March of 2012 that karma is a great thing, but sometimes it can be a real bitch. And karma is one of those things that we can never have enough of, but it's not one of those things that the mailman or UPS drops off at your doorstep. Often you've got to go out and create your own positive karma. And listen, there are no guarantees in gambling. Just because you have a lot of karma doesn't mean you're automatically going to win. But karma applies to all facets of your life, and that's the bottom line. And I've said it many times because, listen, I'm no dummy. I realize that probably only about 50% of you that get the Charity Play of the Week selection actually make a donation. And all I'm asking you is to make a donation of a few dollars, whatever you can afford, if you're getting into playing gambling on it, to make a donation to help others. I don't dwell on the 50% that don't participate. I dwell on the 50% that have helped me make a community of caregivers. And I think that you would have to say, considering the Charity Play of the Week, what we just won for the 14th time in 16 weeks this week, has been rather successful and made us all a lot of money. Hell, personally, I'm 6-1 during that 4-month run. But again, back to karma. It's funny how it plays out. Now, I've told you before that, I'm a car fan, big Camaro fan. Always have been. First one was in 86, then when the F-body style, if you're familiar with what I'm talking about, came back in 93. I had to be the first kid on the block to have one. Ugh, what a nightmare that car was. Jesus. Looked good. That was all I can say about it. Well, it looked good until, of course, the paint faded out because the clear coat rubbed away, and then they had to repaint the car, and then the paint started chipping off because Chevy did such a lousy job. Couldn't wait to get rid of it. But I was going to get a new one when the new body style came out a couple of years ago. Then I broke my leg, broke my foot, and tore my quadricep. And taking it out for a test drive, I thought, this is crazy. I have a brace on, and I have crutches, and I'm trying to put in the back of the Camaro. I thought, nah, I'll wait a little while until I heal. Kind of hard to drive that car. So finally, I went and I got one about a year ago, and, I got the 2SS, automatic. I'm well past that day. I don't have to drive a stick shift anymore. Got the automatic, got the yellow one, of course. Had 2 red ones, had to get the yellow one. If I hear one more little kid say, Bumblebee, because it's totally decked out. I haven't got the little gill stripes, if you know what I mean, on the side, the black stripes. I mean, it's every option that you can have, every accessory you can put on it. Naturally, I went crazy with it, So, but I don't drive like a crazy man anymore. Most times. I mean, there's occasionally the need to drive a little faster, and occasionally I do it. But here's the deal. I like handicapping 2, 3, 4 in the morning. It's a nice quiet time. Everybody's asleep. I can just sit here. The numbers are out. The games are finished. I can do my work. Well, at 2:30 this morning, I also happened to remember, it's like, God, I never ate dinner, so let me run down the street, go to the convenience store, I'll pick something up quick, come back, do my handicapping. So I pull out onto the main road, and suddenly, coming up, and I can see this car coming up fast on me. Now, the speed limit's 35 miles an hour, okay? This little jackass, and I know it's a little jackass, and I'll tell you why in just a couple minutes. This little twerp. Boom! Comes right up on my bumper. I mean, right on my bumper, and I'm going like 38, 40, because I know this road like the back of my hand. Cops will always give you 5 to 10 extra miles per hour, so I'm not pushing it. I've only got a mile drive down the road. This jackass starts flashing his lights on me. And then all of a sudden he comes and he starts going over the double yellow line, trying to, I guess, give me a little push, trying to make me realize that he would like to either pass me or to hit the gas and get going. Now, let's understand. This guy, I eventually found out, is in a jacked up Honda Civic with oversized tires. Really? A Honda Civic. And let's see, I do 0 to 60 in 5 seconds flat, right? Okay. So I did the wise thing here. I slowed down and did 35 because I thought, screw you, I am not going because I know this road, they run speed traps constantly. I know it for a fact. Last year, let's see, 2 tickets, $143, $158. Of course, they didn't give it to you for speeding. They just gave it to you because to give you a break. They instead, for insurance purposes, the very nice gentleman just said it was for not observing safety rules in a marked environment. Still had to pay a lot of money. So I get down to the convenience store, I pull into the parking lot, and this guy goes flying right by me. And I'm thinking to myself, right where they run the speed traps is like maybe a quarter mile down the road. So I go into the thing, I come out of the convenience store, and I go, my curiosity got the best of me. So I had to go down the road. There it is, baby. Red and blue lights, spinning like crazy. Officer at the side, riding the little punk ass's ticket. I'm going, yeah, karma's a bitch. But then it really plays out for me this morning. This morning, I'm in a rush to go someplace to a doctor's appointment. But again, same damn road I'm on. I always take my time. I can't afford any more tickets, let's be honest. And let's also be realistic here. You see 10 cars speeding. You see this yellow Camaro coming down. Aren't you going to give it to the yellow Camaro? Okay? I mean, you're not going to give it to the Toyota, Camry, 2 cars behind. You're going to go, hey, that's a yellow, let's give him the goddamn ticket. So anyway, I'm going down. Hey, there were no speed traps, okay? So I'm continuing down the road, and about a mile further down, all of a sudden I see this guy in a Mazda coming up, and he's waving his hand like this through his driver's window. Now it's like 100 effing degrees. He's waving his hand. Ding, 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 ding. Bell went off. Speed trap. Right there, around the corner, another speed trap further down the road. Karma, guys, is a wonderful thing when it pays off for you. And again, I don't think you can possibly have enough of it. I also don't think that I can afford another speeding ticket either. But now we move forward. Listen, there was no karma involved last night when LeBron James took over the third quarter of that game against the Indiana Pacers. I mean, Indiana looked damn good up until that point, didn't it? And then all hell broke loose. But, yeah, we are going to have a Game 6, and it's going to be in Indiana. I mean, I still look at this box score. I look at LeBron James having a monster game last night, okay? Taking over the third quarter. What did he have? 16 or 17 points in the third quarter alone? But I'm looking as well at Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade being missing in action. Now, everybody's going to focus on the pathetic performance by the Pacers backcourt last night as George Hill and Lance Stevenson. I mean, they had the second worst playoff performance in history for a starting backcourt duo in terms of being unproductive, okay? And yet, I've always been a firm believer of the law of averages, and we'll talk more about it going into game number 6. Law of averages. Bosh and Wade, sooner or later, are they going to start producing? Is Haslam again going to have 16 points? I doubt that. Are Hill and Stevenson going to suck once more? I mean, it's a really interesting series. All I know is one thing. The San Antonio Spurs are sitting back going, please, Indiana, win the game. Force a Game 7. We need a little more rest. I mean, the playoffs aren't starting until June 6th anyway, but hey, the more the Heat exert themselves, or maybe even the Pacers. Personally, I think the Pacers-Spurs series would be a more interesting series because I think it would be a little more up-tempo, which is something that I am more desirous of in terms of watching a basketball game than a slow it down defensive grind out battle that I think the Heat are going to have to lure the Spurs into in order to prevail. But just a couple of thoughts, and we'll move forward. Listen, I've got a free pick coming your way, but let's talk about quickly who's hot and who's not. As for yesterday, I can't tell you anybody here that I know off the top of my head that had the right side of that basketball game. I think everybody, including myself, where I thought maybe here in the free pick that the Pacers would be the play. However, your coupon codes today, there's 2 of them. First one, save $38 on the single purchase of any handicapper, any handicapper's package, anything here on the site. It doesn't matter. Save $38 simply by using coupon code. Ready for this? SAVE38. SAVE38. SAVE and the number 38. The other promotion today is going to be involving me. Because I have found another 15-dime play in baseball, which of course matches the biggest play of my career in baseball, a play that I am 19-7 on the year with, including 13-3 the past 5 weeks combined, and it's going to be my revenge lock of the month because this team has had this game circled, trust me, and when you read it, you'll know why. Guys, you can save $50 off the purchase of that play simply by using coupon code DeMarco50. My last name and the number 50. As I go for winning day number 31 of 42 overall and baseball winner number 31 of 41. So those are your 2 coupons today. Let me get now to your free selection. I looked at the Cincinnati and Pittsburgh game tonight, and my first inclination was to take the Pirates, and of course I just lost a small 5-dime play. I was going for 5-dime winner number 17 out of 22 last night, and of course tonight's play is 3 times stronger. And the Reds, of course, failed to do anything against Scott Kazmir and the Cleveland Indians at Progressive Field. But listen, they never won at Progressive Field, and I think it was just one of those things. I know the Pittsburgh Pirates are red hot. I know they are 20-9 at home on the season. And And I know that they are playing some damn good ball, winning 16 of their last 20, including 10 of their last 12 at home, including 6 straight at PNC Park. And I know the Reds are 1 game under 500 on the road this season after losing 2 straight games against Indians. But I like the pitching matchup for Cincinnati tonight. Johnny Cueto against Wandy Rodriguez. Now, listen, the Pirates have won 8 of Rodriguez's 10 starts this season. They've won his last 4 starts, and in that stretch, his earned run average is a more than respectable 3.00. But he was not that effective in his last start Sunday at Milwaukee. 3 runs, 7 hits allowed in 5 innings of pitch. Now, in 5 home starts, granted, he's 4-1 with a 1.93 earned run average. But here's the deal. Longtime member of the Astros, now with the Pirates, same division, right as the Reds. He has been crushed by the Cincinnati Reds over the year. Matter of fact, his last 5 starts against them, he's 0-2, but the ERA is 5.28. Now, Cueto is making his 3rd start since coming back from, what was it? I think biceps tendonitis, perhaps. Ironically, he really had the injury in a start in April against the Pirates, ironically. But listen, his 2 games back, the team has won both of them. He's won both of them. He's pitched very strong, as a matter of fact, in 7 innings against the Cubs this past start, allowed just 1 run. But this guy has owned the Pirates, as opposed to Rodriguez not doing anything against the Reds. Because Cueto is 12-4 with a 2.52 earned run average in 20 career starts against Pittsburgh, 7-2 with a 2.09 ERA in a dozen starts at PNC Park. So I'm going to take a shot, even though Cincinnati's offense disappeared the past couple of nights in Cleveland, I'm going to take a shot with the Reds as a slight road dog. We're getting them like a plus 105 in this one, as they, let's see. If they win tonight, they're 1 game behind Pittsburgh in 3rd place in the NL Central, as they're all chasing the St. Louis Cardinals, and they'll draw even with the Pirates with the victory here tonight. Also, although the Pirates just won the final 3 games of their 4-game series with the Detroit Tigers, and 2 of those wins, they scored just a single run. Last night, it was a 1-0 11-inning victory for them. Granted, they won the games, but they've scored a total of 7 runs in their past 3 games as well. So again, the pitching matchup goes to Cincinnati, and that's why I'm going to go with the Reds here tonight. Good luck, guys. Talk to you again, and I'll see you on Saturday morning.